Listen, you don't want to settle in a relationship. Not only is settling a detachment of yourself because you giving yourself over to what it is that you're not compatible with, or you're bringing yourself down from what you are to somebody that you're not compatible with. But settling in itself is just giving up hope. It's giving up faith that you actually have somebody that can be with you, for you, how you are, what you want and what you desire. You giving up all of that because you've become desperate for somebody to be with you. You've become desperate for somebody to want you and to accept you. And because somebody has shown you even just that little bit of acceptance and that little bit, the bare minimum of what they have, you accepted that as, this is the person for me, this is the one. And that's not saying that the person that is for you is going to be like that. It might not even start off like that, but that's a different topic. When you settle for something, you are devaluing yourself as man or woman. When you settle for something that's not right with you, you devalue yourself to what could be right with you. You know, you look for somebody that is who you want and what you want. The who being the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit, the personality, the intentions, where you want to go. You look for somebody that wants you and you want them in that manner, in that way. Darn hair. The what you want, that's the body type, the style that they have. You like their features, you like their nose, you like their lips, you like their skin color. That's the features that you want with that person. You want to make sure you have all of that in order. That way you have what's right for you when you settle and get married with that person. No, not settle down. And you gotta make sure there's a difference. Get married, hitched, whatever you want to call it. You want to be right with that person so you don't be trying to divorce them later because you figured out they had something that's not in common with you, or they have some traits that you're just not interested in, or you did give into that loneliness and now all of a sudden you don't want to be with this person no more because you figured out, no, this really ain't the person for me. You don't want to go down that hole. You want to stay focused. You want to stay vigilant. You want to stay in tune and in sync and in your right mind to where you can find somebody that is truly what it is that you're looking for. And don't deceive yourself, giving yourself false hope because you become desperate, or because you want it and long for it so bad, or because you want a status for it. It's a lot of things you have to consider inside your relationship. Learning how to love yourself prepares you for a relationship, because things that you want done to you and things that you want done correctly with you will carry over to the person that you're adopting as your husband, your wife. They carry over when you get married because y'all are one person in that instant. And once y'all are one person, you want to be on one accord with that person way before you even think about marrying them. You don't want to have no doubt in your mind, no doubt in your heart or soul before you start getting married to them. Even biblically it say you're not supposed to divorce the person, and it even gives a lot of examples of the characteristics and mindsets that you're supposed to have when you're looking for a person. It tells women, you say, don't even, if you're a woman, don't even bother looking for somebody, let somebody come to you. But that's on the biblical standpoint of that. You want to go through and clear your mind, clear your heart, clear your body, clear your soul, empty out all the things that make you cling desperately unto those people and unto false characteristics and false traits, and then start learning yourself, knowing yourself, and loving yourself. That way, whenever you find somebody, whenever somebody comes to you, now you know for a fact, can this person love me how I love myself? And does that person have a solid enough foundation to love themselves, to be loved to me, to give love to me? When you start thinking of it like that and you start doing things like that, that helps you out a lot, because now you don't have to be worried about your future with that person. Even some people that I've met in my past, and even some people that I know currently, they have some of the characteristics that I look for, but do I love myself enough to go after that person? I still need some work on me, so I'm not going after those people. And the foolish version of me would have went after whoever or whatever he wanted. It wouldn't have been no restrictions on it or nothing. He just would have went after whatever, and that would have locked me down today. If I kept being foolish like that, I would have been with somebody that I wasn't even, really compatible with. So I'm glad that my mind turned away from that way of thinking about it. And it's not saying that I've just got such a good guru relationship mind inside of me. No, not at all. But it's basically saying that I had to turn my mind away from the selfish desires that I had of putting myself onto somebody else to adapt to their ways, as opposed to learning what love is itself and how to love and how to be a lover towards somebody. So I guess basically what I'm saying in this video, you don't settle for nobody. You don't settle for things that go around you. Now, I want y'all to understand there's a difference between settling and then being cooperative with that person. Sometimes in your relationship, things are going to have to change with you so you can be right with that person. That's just how relationships are. Sometimes y'all have to adapt to each other's standards. And you want somebody that has standards. You want somebody that has morals. You want somebody that has values and personal characteristics about them. You want these people around you because they're going to help you shape who you are while you help them shape who they are. And then y'all can coexist with each other. Because waiting for absolute perfection, that's not something that really happens all the time. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. It's just something that doesn't happen all the time. You can pray for it and God will make it happen. I know that'll work. But in the meantime, trying to find somebody and just adapt yourself to it in that manner. It's not saying that you give up yourself. It's not saying that you turn away from yourself. It's not saying that you just abandon everything about you just to be so good with that person. That's when you get to the settling part of that. You're settling, you're bringing yourself down from your standards to fit their standards. But no, when y'all both have standards and y'all both have morals and y'all both have an equal conscience to what's right, you talk about things. When y'all disagree with something, y'all talk about it. Y'all get it out in the open. What is it about this that you disagree with? What is it about that irks you so much, that makes you so mad about it? And then y'all talk about it, and then y'all come to a compromise and a resolution about it. Y'all both grow from it. Okay, you know what? I know that you hate it when I do this, so I'm not going to do that no more because you hate it. Even though I tend to like it a lot, but, I value my relationship with you more than I like that thing that I'm doing. So I'm going to get away from that so I can be better with you. That's not settling. That's compromising with somebody. And y'all are both on the same accord. And even if they come back at you, I know you getting away from that. And you know what? I'm going to get away from this too, because I see that whenever I do this, you really, really turn your nose up at it. You snarl at it and you hate it. So because you doing that for me, I'm going to do this for you too. I'm going to fix this about myself, because nobody has perfect traits. Nobody has perfect anything inside of them. At least not yet. We're working on it. But you don't have just the perfect attitude towards everything. Everybody needs work in some regard, and everybody needs some type of change in some regard. And if you with somebody that's on the same mindset as you, the same wavelength that you riding on, then y'all can figure out y'all's morals together. Y'all can figure out y'all's codes together, and y'all can adapt each other's discipline together and grow in that regards to each other together. It's a whole togetherness inside of a relationship. It's never going to be a one-sided thing. If you come into it and make it a one-sided thing, you're going to fail in that relationship. You have couples right now that are arguing, that are mad, that are upset, that won't even talk to each other just because one person did something and the other person stopped trying to guess or stop trying to fix it or stop trying to make it right inside the relationship. And that doesn't work. That's how you lead to this long outstanding grudge that two people have, and you looking at them like, why won't y'all just talk about that? That resolution is so simple, but they won't talk about it because something that happened 50 years ago, they still hold it personally inside their heart. Something that happened 20 days ago, 5 months ago, 10 years ago, they just holding on to it instead of just coming to each other, talking about it and compromising about it. I've seen too much of that in my day, man. I've seen too much of that all around me. It ain't worth it to be like that inside your relationship. If you know the problem and you are perfectly capable of dealing with the problem, don't let pride, don't let ego, don't let pettiness get in the way of solving that problem. Who wants to be miserable in their relationship? Who wants to be miserable when they with somebody? I got with you because you made me happy. I got with you because you made me smile, because we were on this page, we worked together, we did everything. So if I gotta sit down and vent out my frustrations towards you, and then you have to turn around and vent your frustrations out towards me, let's get it out in the air so we can make it work with each other. Let's do what we need to do so we can be right with each other. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. We not the kids that we trying to raise. We not the kids that are walking around. Heck, some kids are more mature than a lot of adults sometimes because they just go ahead and talk about it. They're not holding this grudge, you know. That don't mean go date a kid either. All right. But anyway, you just have to be on one accord with each other. One accord, one heart, one mind. You have to bring yourself to the right standing of yourself. And you have to love yourself and love your peace of mind, love your happiness, love yourself. To love God so you can love yourself, but love yourself. That way, whenever these situations and issues come up, you're not afraid to talk about them. It don't mean go get in somebody's face about it either. You telling me this, I want to do that now, you gonna listen to me, you gonna listen to me. No, it don't mean that either. It don't mean that, man. But it means you want to be on the same level as that person and compromise with that person. So whenever things do get out of hand, whenever things start getting rowdy, you can be with that person and it's going to be okay with that person. Y'all can talk about it. Compromise. Don't settle. Compromise. All right. Well, I hope that was a good video. I might edit it, or I might go to bed because I got to get up in the morning and it's pretty late. I don't want to post it tomorrow. It's going to lose all its effect. But all right. I'll see y'all later.